Hey, what's up? Dave Whitley, Master RKC from IronTamer.com, coming to you from inside the walls of Nashville Kettlebell, Music City's House of Hardstyle. That's just fun to say. What I'm going to talk to you about today is the heart rate monitor as a tool for tracking progress in your training. It's an idea that I first got turned on to by Marty Gallagher in his book, The Purposeful Primitive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this right around here and show you. This is my heart rate monitor. I am wearing the chest strap right now. And you can see I'm trucking along at 72 beats a minute, 69 beats a minute, 63 beats a minute. So it updates every few seconds like that. Usually I'm tracking along in the mid-60s, so it's showing me to be pretty accurate right now. Now I'm going to show you what I've got here. I'm going to stop this. If I push that, it'll say hold to stop or hold turn off or whatever. Now it's 2:26 p.m. Whoop, and I dropped it. Anyway, what we got here, it is 2:26 p.m. I turned it back on? No, I didn't. Bear with me. Alright, 2:26 p.m. I've had the stopwatch running for 12 minutes and 30 seconds. 76 beats per minute was my average. 94 beats per minute was the peak during that time. 45 calories were burned during that 10 minutes. I don't know what that metric means. But anyway, so what it does is at the end of a session, it gives you what the total number of calories burned was. So I'm burning about 4.5 calories a minute just standing around, 4 calories a minute, something like that, just standing around holding the camera doing multiple takes of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut down. I'm going to start my training session, which is conditioning focused today, mostly swings, probably some snatches too, and then we're going to go back and look at the end at what happened. Okay, so here we are. I'm hitting around 122, 124, 125, something like that right now. And the thing that I didn't tell you about the heart rate monitor in the clip that I shot earlier was that you can set an upper and lower threshold on this particular model. I'm sure most of them are like that. And this one's a Timex. I don't know what brand you use, but look for that option. And what I did is I set mine so that the lower threshold is 140. If my heart rate drops below 140, it'll start making a beeping sound like that, which you can conveniently shut off because it can be quite annoying. But when I'm training, I leave it on, and that's my cue to start my next set. I'm not really going on time, so it's not like I'm starting every 90 seconds or resting a minute between sets or anything like that. I let my heart rate dictate when to start the next set. I terminate the set. What I've been doing for a few months now is when I have a slowdown in rep speed on the explosion up on swings. And I got that from Jeff Newport from an article he wrote on Dragon Door. I'll see if I can find it and link it to this blog post. But so the top end, for several months I was using my rep speed to tell me when to stop, and my heart rate monitor to tell me when to start. Now what I do is I go for sets of usually 50, unless things just really start to fall apart, because I'm good for about 55 or 60 reps before I start to slow down. So I'm stopping well before that, so I'm working well within the limits of what I've got. Today what I did, I'll show you, I wrote it on the board, is I've stepped up a notch from what I've been doing lately. I started swinging with a 28 kilo, whereas the past couple of months I've been doing most of the work with a 24 kilo. But let me show you what I've got here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop the heart rate monitor. I push this. It says hold turn off. And it'll run through the memory. It's 3:32. Remember, it was 2:25 or something when we started earlier. So in an hour and 3 minutes and 35 seconds, 45 minutes and 45 seconds in zone, 149 was my average heart rate, 173 was my peak heart rate, and 1,607 calories burnt in just over an hour. That in zone means that I stayed above the 140 that I was talking about just a few minutes ago. Let me show you what the breakdown and things look like. On the board over here, I don't know if you'll be able to see this on camera or not, but I've got swings at 28 kilos, and I'll back up just a little bit. I've got 15 sets of 50, which totaled 750 reps. And I made a little marker that I finished that in 43 minutes and 50 seconds. And right over here, I took note of how many calories. I was at 785 calories at the 30-minute mark. So I'm trucking along pretty good. And then here we have, if you can read my scribble, 24 kilo swings for 5 sets of 50, which is another 250 reps. And I finished the entire thing at 59:40. Walked around, caught my breath a little bit, picked up the camera, started filming, and started talking to you. So 1,000 swings in just under an hour, 3/4 of them done with a 28 kilo kettlebell, 1/4 of them done with 24 kilos, and average heart rate 149, peak heart rate 173, 1,607 calories burnt. Now, if you're not swinging 28 and 24 kilos and you're not as big as I am, you probably won't burn that much, because I don't even know how much that averages out to be, but it's over 25 calories a minute, I think. Hell, I don't know. But let's say that you're half my size and you're swinging half that weight and you only burn 800 or 900 calories in an hour. That's still a very good calorie burn rate. So I encourage you to get a heart rate monitor and see exactly what you're doing. If you know how many calories you're burning in a session, you know how many calories you're putting in your mouth, then you can calculate exactly how much your calorie balance is, negative or positive. And if you want to shed body fat, you can do it. I'm down a little over 35 pounds since the beginning of the year, and with no end in sight. So I'll talk to you soon. Dave Whitley, IronTamer.com.